Yes, we are.
Okay, so can you send me the link so I can post it on the Facebook page?
Yes.
This doesn't say any time on it.
Widescreen, anything widescreen, just
Try
audience
to
tools.
meet
Is
the,
that it? Yeah.
That forces
Oh, here we go.
Not everyone has access to the end.
Sadly,
I think it might have worked, so we should take it.
So I'll make a, oh no, okay, I'll make a QR code for us.
If that's like
What room number is this?
2.112.
112 in UTPA Academic Services.
Who would like more? I can distribute more.
Okay, where does that go?
Anyone else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The,
Social stream.
posters?
Okay, here we go.
One.
Share with, yes.
Poster?
I don't think I.
That's phone.
Yes, thank you.
I'll give you guys 2 hours, 4 to 6, in case you guys need minutes.
Thank you.
Sorry, this is a little thing a little longer.
Yeah. Who's still on the call?
Oh, the radio class?
Okay. Okay, these are stencils
Where is
for
the
posters that were
Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is.
Okay.
Just gotta log into Facebook.
So we're almost have it set up.
Okay.
I think I might be out. Are you you have access to Facebook right now?
I have a poster.
Okay.
Well, you can just take.
Can you go ahead and post it on the page?
Yeah, I'm supposed to. You want me to post it directly to the page?
On the are you on the planning group or are you in the
Where should I post it? Planning group?
Okay.
Both, right?
Well, we're gonna post it on the meeting event page. Right now it's getting posted.
On the website too?
And we're posting it on the. Can you also post it on the planning group page?
Everywhere. I'm
you
gonna
have-
post it on.
did you sign in the
link on
WordPress?
Did you receive the link on the planning meeting?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Are you still trying to live stream?
We are live streaming, but I'm trying to get the link.
Okay.
To get the link, there should be a share button.
Yeah, no, I know it's there, but okay, let's see.
You have to log in.
It's a little slow.
Is there a way that you can set up the permissions to allow people to not have to log in?
Is that what it's saying? Oh, it's got to be a public channel. Okay, hold on.
She's working.
And if people want to take the time, it might help to maybe write that information on Slack or something, just in case people kind of go online.
About
Just curious, where's the sign-in sheet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
advance.
Good thinking.
Yeah, like
Uh-oh.
a rally or something sometime on the 6th.
Which, if they just wanna go to the, yeah, that's true, for sure.
Like maybe like we put like if you want to learn.
It should be
March
public.
starts at-
Did you tried to open up the link and it didn't allow you to watch it?
It's just for general long stuff. No, it's
You got somebody out? You wanna go?
Can you try Jackie going
Go ahead
to?
and sign in,
Uh,
and then we'll continue working on.
I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send the link to your chat, okay? And then tell me what it does. I'm gonna send it to your wall. Well, it's on the event page. Hold on, I'll just send it directly to you. Okay, it's on your wall now. Now it is. Good, thank you.
Okay. So are you have access to it now?
Click on it. Tell me what happens.
Yeah. You're on.
Oh, it doesn't go directly to the.
Hey, while they're getting set up and stuff, you wanna just go down the line and
No,
say
I'm
hi?
saying, have you signed in? Do you have access to it?
I was on. I was looking at the. I was looking at the.
Network
I'm
error.
sorry, I went on Wall Street stuff for a while.
You know what? It might be.
Morgan Valley Bank, and this is kind of in our wheelhouse.
They were having introductions.
Hey guys, introduction.
Introductions, we're starting over here with Frank.
Specific icebreaker.
Hi guys, my name's Frank Flores, I'm part of the Rio Grande Valley Zeitgeist movement.
Oh, cool.
We've been organized around here for about a year or so, a little over a year. This is
Sorry, go ahead.
This is kind of in our wheelhouse. This is what we've been waiting for. Generally, we've been waiting
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
gonna answer the
collective
phone that's on the other
of
line.
the world to recognize the problems with the different structures and systems we have in place and how they're going to fail. And people are going to start demanding answers or ways to change that. And that's, my primary concern is to try and get people to understand there are ways to fix things in a way that's better for everyone.
great.
Okay, which way? Okay. Hi, I'm Jackie Odom. Nice to meet everybody. I actually found out about Occupy Wall Street through Ross Story, liberal news website. Although before I was interested in decommissioning wealth distribution through Dr. Pittman, of course. That's all he talks about in class. But I started doing more research. I've written a couple of research papers on it, and it's something I'm passionate about. I plan on writing another research paper for an internship, so I want to back it across.
Do you want to go next or do you want?
Okay.
Oh, I can go last.
My name is Karina Cacho. I actually found out through Alternate, which is another alternate news source.
Alternate.
Alternate.net.org.
Oh.
I don't know. True that also talks about it. But I'm part of Food Not Bombs Westville, and part of what we stand for is the way that the U.S. is set up right now. Even though we're one of the most advanced in the world,
Right.
there's still people around here who are starving and don't
Yeah.
have enough money to buy food. So we like to go around and give people who are hungry food. We do feed them vegan food, which is a little different, but it definitely goes with what we stand for. So Occupy Calvin and the whole U.S.
Miss Jenny?
Okay, my name's Jenny, and I became familiar with the Occupy McAllen. I've already known about like Occupy like Wall Street and stuff like that. I found out about that like it's really huge on Tumblr, and they have a We Are the 99% blog where people are talking about being part of the 99% of people who are at a disadvantage because of wealth and corporate greed and everything that we all seem to be against and we're all suffering from. And yeah, I've also been involved with Food Not Bombs in Houston. It's a really cool way to feed people who are hungry.
And a good way to use food that would otherwise be thrown away too. Empty waste.
You're up next.
My name is Vicky. I found out about the Wall Street
Specification
McAllen
might be found. He's
after
signed in
I guess the protests started happening. I heard people talk about it, and I was invited to a Facebook group, so that's how I found out about it.
My name's Mike. This is Crystal. We're kind of together in this, I guess. We're also part of the Zeitgeist movement, and so we know a lot about how things work and how they don't work, and it's what we're in right now, and it's why we're here.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing that Frank was saying. Been waiting for people to just wake up and trying to educate people on what's going on and how the monetary system works and all the stuff that Zeitgeist talks about and the Venus Project solutions and stuff like that. So just want to go in that direction.
Hi, my name is Rahul Varshney. I'm really excited about all of this. Me and Greg used to work together in SCIU. I was a union organizer for about 7 years. I'm originally from California. The union's what brought me here, actually, to the Valley. We tried organizing the city workers and county workers to some degree of success. I think we saw some individual revolutions within people. Pretty amazing. I just discovered Zeitgeist stuff only a few months ago. Really cool. And now I have a son here, 4 years old, so that makes me as Valley as it gets, I think. I qualify as a, puro Texan. That sounds really bad. I'm like Pocho, bad Pocho. But anyways, just glad to be here and be a part of this. So.
I'm Arnold Ramirez. I found out about
No,
the
no, yeah.
Occupy Wall Street protests on because my sister told me about it. She found out Tumblr. I've been following it on Reddit, other places, and we've been following it. I'm really interested in what we can do to help out. All of us.
I'm Dagoberto Ramirez, and I'll be 55 on Saturday. So what better way to go out and being at 54 than joining my son who said, Dad, I was going to be occupying McAllen. I raised my wife and I are educators. I work in the school district. I wear a suit and tie. I'm in the doctoral program here. I raised my children very open-minded. Anything Michael Moore puts out, we have it. And I have a history that my son doesn't know all about when I was going to college myself. So I'm against corporate greed. I think wealth has been accumulated by a very small percent in this country. And so anything we can do to bring attention to it, I want to be a part of. So I'm so happy that the next generation is taking this direction, and I'm glad to be a part of what you all are leading us into. So thank you for allowing us to be.
You're also by the way. Who's up next?
Oh, that's me. Okay. So I'm Sarai Oviedo, but I go by Sophie ever since I went out of state to study where a lot of people couldn't really pronounce my name. I got on my nerves so bad, I said, you know what, just call me Sophie. I'll be fine, you'll be fine. I was tired of being Sarah A. That was not me. I grew up in the valley, but I keep like leaving because I get bored. So I came back to the valley on Sunday, 3 hours after rereading everything on We Are the 99% on Tumblr. I was like, okay, I'm leaving the valley again. I was only here for like an hour. And I was like, I'm going to New York City. And then I was like, no, I can't go to New York City. I'm not going to be back in time for the holidays. Traveling between holidays is awful, especially in New York City. So I looked up Austin. I was like, wow, this is cool. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to Austin. And then I saw the McAllen, and I was like, okay, I'm not leaving, which my mom was really happy about. So I'm here. I am the 99%. And
So you're in the right place.
yeah, I didn't leave for once.
So who's up next? Julissa?
Most people don't have a count.
I need an account in the board. Okay, well, Julissa, like everyone else, I'm extremely excited about this. I've been a strong advocate for economic and political reform. I really have strongly felt that we need systemic change because of the disproportionate wealth and power that the richest of the rich have in our country. I'm a sociology major, so I mean, this is on my way towards my life goal. I dream of the days of being able to be a part of change and be able to incite change. And although it's a tough process, and just right now in my undergraduate career, I've had a hard time, a lot of tears, a lot of difficulty. It's a fight where it's fighting for change, for fairness. I mean, I'm tired of seeing people who work their asses off and are called lazy because they can't afford certain things in life. I mean, there's this idea that if you don't have enough money, it must be because you're lazy. If you're poor, it must be because you're lazy, and that's not right. That's not true. There's people around here, especially in our region, who work multiple jobs and still cannot afford to pay all their bills. And it's things like this that need to be changed. Our legislative process is largely bought by corporate elite, by the richest, by corporations, special interests, and there needs to be reform in that. If we have a government that's supposed to be of the people, for the people, by the people, then it needs to be exactly that, not of corporations, by corporations, for corporations. So, although our interests and our reasons for Occupy Wall Street, Occupy McAllen are varied, I think the general theme of it being the rich having too much power and getting that under control is great, because it's a start. I know a lot of people, I've been reading on a lot of different forums online. A lot of people are saying that this has potential for failure because there isn't one unified goal. And while I agree it could be harmful, it's a tremendous asset because we are now collectively voicing our concerns and our frustrations over inequality and injustice in our social, political, and economic system. So this is great, and it's unfortunate we've had such a small time frame to get this out, but just within the time frame we've had, we've gotten a lot of people, and the word's still spreading. We still have like 2 more days, right? So let's just keep promoting this. This is big. This has potential to really get our voices out. The only downside is corporate elites still have a lot of control, so you're not seeing a lot of this in the mainstream media right now. You'll hear about it, but they're not covering it from the angle that it should be. So again, we need to really try to get it out there in different avenues, different outlets, because even though our voices are on the verge of getting heard, they're still being silenced by a lot of mainstream media. I think I'm rambling at this point, but I'm excited and I can't wait for Thursday.
All right.
Thank you very much. Who's up next? Greg? George, my bad. I'm gonna get you guys to introduce you.
I just want to say that was great. I'm really inspired.
George,
by
if you
your
could
work.
shift over so we can get you in the camera 1 here. Want your good side. This is the professional revolution. This is live. That's for the documentary. Yeah, that too. That's how we're funding this on the back
Just so
end.
they know whose houses to go to when all this is over.
Right.
Great. I'm George Dean. What can I say about myself? I'm really passionate about this cause. I've always been interested in just economic equality. Been politically active, and currently I'm working on an independent magazine. It's supposed to be the voice for everyone, so this is a great way to get this voice out there. So that's it.
My name is John Michael Torres. I work with La Unión del Pueblo Entero, and also here representing just myself and my own views, and I believe in democracy and that self-determination for all people, including the level of the neighborhood.
Us.
Yeah, the individual in the neighborhood. Our system is not set up in a way that recognizes the dignity of every individual, or the right that communities have to self-govern. And so, but this is a great time to start talking about that kind of stuff and talking about how the economic system that we have set up in this country doesn't allow us to exercise our rights and our ability to self-govern. And also that the United States just wreaks havoc around the world and has destroyed economies and forced people to migrate here to the United States. Unfortunately, what's that?
Where our economy is also broken.
Yeah. So fortunately, a lot of people that are coming to the United States are also bringing experience organizing from their own countries, and a lot of what we're seeing throughout the country right now is inspired by principles and ideas that migrants and immigrants are bringing with them.
Great. Awesome.
My name is Greg Rodriguez. I heard about the Occupy Wall Street movement just through a number of alternative media sources and listservs that I subscribe to. At first I was a bit skeptical about the movement. Vague demands and all that sort of stuff. As I started thinking about it more and more, I really saw the potential to just kind of, open up the kind of dialogues that we need to really, affect change in our society. I don't know if I need to say this, but yeah, I think there's fundamental problems in the basic structures of our social, political, and economic landscape. I'm here. I've been involved with a number of labor organizations and just different community groups in the social justice realm. I've worked with a number of people here before, really closely. So that's me in a nutshell and why I'm here.
Did you get the new guy? Well, some people just walked in. For those of you who don't know, the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zach Hector. I'm from KCYP 97.7 FM. I have a daily radio show, 4 to 6, and I'm willing to let you guys go on the air and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever news articles you have, if you have original music from bands, stuff like that. I don't get paid from any of this because it's a non-profit station.
I
So
told you
this
to be embedded, right? Was that you?
Huh?
It was like a comment. You're like, I can't. I'm trying to remember. Someone from the media.
Yeah, I think it was you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so there you go. You see, we already have contacts.
Excellent.
Awesome. So, yeah, I've been going around. I've been here since 2006, running up the whole political circuit here in the RGV. Like, I've talked to people on both sides, the Democrat Party, the Republican Party. I know people on both sides. You know, it's the whole system is completely screwed up. I'll be completely honest. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, though, there's a lot of pathways that haven't been utilized by us because we haven't been educated by them. We get this broad, generalized education of our own government. You know, we have the three branches, you know, the legislative, the executive, and the judicial, and they just have this brief summary over everything, and they don't really tell you how to get your voices heard or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even understand our own political system, and, you know, we're frustrated about that. I totally understand that. You know, it sucks that this is like that. You know, so I just want, you guys are awesome, by the way, for coming out and being who you guys are. Because this is all going to be just people like you and me. You guys have nothing to benefit from any of this because you have nothing to lose. Oh, everything to benefit from this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you guys are out here. You guys, this is the first step in something huge for every single one of you in this room, especially since you guys are here at the planning session. So you guys get to carve this movement into whatever it is that you guys want to have. So that being said, hi, how you doing?
Good.
Is our stream down?
So with that being said, I would like to, if you guys have any questions on whoever's around here politically or anything like that, like connections or contacts or anything like that, I can even show you guys how the process works from the primary cycle all the way up to the general election. Like, did you know any single one of you guys could be an electorate in the electoral
Can you
college?
speak up, sir? Because we got the mic over there.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so do I look there and talk over there, or how does it work?
This is ignore this one. This is I don't know. This is just for extra camera. That's the one. That's what's going live. But I'm using the webcam, right? So.
Is everyone okay with
Do you
like
need
being
an extra
recorded? Was that asked at all?
Oh yeah, we didn't ask.
It's a little late though.
we have already.
We just finished going around the room.
We already have 8 viewers though. People are already
Do
chatting.
you want a mic?
Awesome.
Maybe we should just ask.
People are watching?
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
that's great. Hi,
What
out there in
website
TV
is this
land. How
on?
y'all doing?
I posted the link on the channel. It's on Ustream. Yes. Yes.
Outstanding.
It's on the website too.
So, but did you guys know, any one of you could be, as long as you don't hold a paid political office, you could be a member of the Electoral College during the election. Did you know that? That's amazing. And that's written in the Constitution. Amazing type of stuff. And I know all sorts of little things like that, and I'll get into that later if you guys really, really want me to. But for what you guys are doing, you know, this is the first step in something big for all of you guys. And I wanted to give you guys your voice. I want to give you guys your plug over the airwaves, okay? So, whatever you guys want to do, like I said, I'm not profiting off of any of this. I don't get paid. That's why I call my show semi-professional, because I don't get paid at all for this.
Yeah, I just did that.
So,
Only
just
2
so you guys
people
know,
responded.
you guys are awesome. And I think you guys should give yourselves a round of applause.
Some people haven't gone though.
I know.
Regardless.
Yes.
This is the mic part and this is.
You could all amplify it.
Well, we'll put it in the
Ask
video.
them- ask them
All right,
to-
my name is Anna. I am a student at Pan Am. I've been involved with various direct action campaign trainings over the past couple of years. I'm very involved in the environmental movement. I am interested very much so in this particular Occupy movement because of its call for change. I've spoken to a lot of mainly older generations that are unaware or don't understand what it is that the youth is demanding. And the kind of general opinion that I've been getting from people is, well, what do they expect? You can't change the system. You're challenging the very cores that the system is built off of. When I feel that our country and our constitution and the way that this place is run is based off of a world that existed 200 years ago. In fact, the matter is we are living in a very, very different society, and things have to change or else we are headed for imminent and total demise. So I've been trying to tell older people that we need to change because this is a different place now, and we are different people with different demands. And everyone's like, well, you can't change that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but if you don't try, then you're definitely not going to.
to. So I am extremely passionate about what's happening on Wall Street, and I'm really, really excited for what's about to happen here on Thursday.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Anna.
Anna, sorry.
And I just want to insert, we have Rigoberto Munoz. This is wonderful. So glad this is happening. The wheels are rolling, carrying our momentum. Woo! And then De La Fun 88, We the People with a smiley face. Those are the two digital, introductions we've got. So, like, we're already like more efficient than the government, right? Okay.
My name is Jose, and I have experience. I went to school in Connecticut a couple of years ago, and I have experience doing community organizing, union organizing, and I currently work for a nonprofit here, doing their public relations, and I also work as a GED instructor at La Unión del Pueblo Entero. And yeah, I think this is, I don't want to reiterate what you all have said, but I kind of agree with all of that. I also think this is a great opportunity to pressure our current president to end the Bush tax cuts and kind of have the wealthy pay their fair share.
All right.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jackie. I'm the Sierra Student Coalition campus representative. I'll say that 10 times. I 10 times fast. I work at the Sierra Club, and we just this past week worked on the Keystone XL pipeline hearings. And from there, we found out about this because the movement was just fresh last week, and a lot of people from there are actually carpooling from Dallas up to Washington, D.C. So we decided, well, I don't know, it was kind of just talk last Friday, and now it's pretty cool from talk to seeing people. So I also work on the website page, our main page for people who don't have Facebook or Twitter. And yeah, that's me. Cool.
Great, that's it. Is that everybody? Yeah. So nobody else snuck in, right?
So we have a pretty long agenda, but some of the stuff hopefully we can breeze through it really quickly because there's going to be a couple of areas that probably will take longer to discuss. But so far on the agenda right now we have finalized the route, route safety, sign making, legal rights education, logistics during the actually I'm not sure how to put it. Logistics during the march and rally, like in terms of cleanup, water, the stops that we'll make on the route. Then we have roles during the march and rally, who can be facilitators, people who pass out handbills, peacekeepers for the march. Then handbill preparation, flyers, meeting flyers for the march. Handbills would be stuff that we pass out during the march, and flyers to promote the march from now until then. The assembly process, the popular assembly at Archer Park, unifying the message, or like getting the message down, and then media outreach. And what I'm thinking is that the two ones that are going to take a lot of time is going to be talking about the assembly process and getting the messaging nailed down. So we should probably talk logistics quickly, like try to get the logistics hammered out as quickly as possible.
Deal with that.
What's that?
Deal with that.
Let's not talk about the route. The first thing, because I have to actually pull up the route, pull up the map. I don't know where it's at on my computer. Let's start out with sign making, because there's already been people on the Facebook group who have volunteered to make signs. Is anybody of those people in here?
I was okay with it, but I have to do it before 6 because I have class at 7. So we're not doing it.
Responsible revolution.
When we're Teresa had talked about it. I had posted one last week too, and I think I was messaging with you that I was considering having my apartment, but depending on how many people show up, I might have to move because the parking situation in my apartment is limited. So, but yeah,
What dates were you guys talking about? Was that tomorrow?
Tomorrow night. Yeah. do you wanna say what time, and how many people you can accommodate?
At my apartment in Hollis, I even thought if 10 people come and they each bring their own car, that's 10 cars, and the parking is limited, so I asked for less than 10, but we could always go to like a park or something, because also the fumes of the markers and paint and stuff.
I think we would do it here probably.
What time is this?
Well, I wanted to reach a consensus on that, because I'm free after 4. Oh, sorry, wait, yeah, 3 actually.
We have I live on 6th and Vine. We have a house, backyard.
We also have a
patio.
house in Edinburgh.
Wait, what time do you guys want to do this?
Anytime after 3 is fine with me, I don't know what you guys.
Do you guys have time after 6 on Wednesday? Because we could do it at the incubator.
Ooh.
The incubator is a huge, gigantic place. There's plenty of room.
That works. Whatever works for everyone else, because I'm free after 3, so I'll meet wherever.
Less cleanup for you.
Awesome. Do you guys know where the incubator is?
Yeah.
Okay.
For those
You guys have
people
Google
that want
Maps.
to
You guys
stay,
know what I'm talking
for
about.
people who want to stay in Edinburgh, we can also host at the G Collective sign making tomorrow afternoon, evening, maybe after 5 p.m. It's down the street from here.
I have a roll of butcher paper, I think, that I can donate to our
Sweet.
Yeah, that's the only thing, is that we don't really have supplies, so it'd kind of be like bring your own supplies. We might be able to bring some cardboard. We don't really have that much else.
Dumpster diving.
Yeah.
We have plenty of like small pieces of cardboard because we have that paintball field and all the boxes and stuff. But they're about like this big, but they're just little pieces of cardboard. I don't know if that'll work. If you guys can use it.
So we're doing one location in Edinburgh and the incubator in McAllen.
Well, how many people are in Edinburgh? Show of hands.
That's
No,
work.
wait, can I bring up something?
No, I don't know.
Because these aren't just the people who are here. We also have to take into account the people who are online too.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Tell you what, we'll
they
just.
said that my husband just said it didn't work.
Audio or
I don't know. I just told him to go on the website and he said it didn't work.
other people are saying it's working. They can't chat without signing in, but they should be able to view it.
Yeah, well, they search Occupy McAllen.
Tell you what, there's a way we can work this out
Have a
for
pinpoint
everybody.
map.
We can have two.
Okay,
We
never
can
mind.
have
You
two
got it.
locations. If you guys really
Could
want to
you
do
put
it at 3,
the link on,
I'm at
like,
the
the
incubator
Facebook
by
events and-
3:45
okay,
ish.
awesome.
You know, I got the show from 4 to 6. That means some of you guys can come on and even go in here and talk a little bit about the movement because it's going to be tomorrow, and I need people to talk about it anyway. You know what I mean? So it works out for everybody, and then we can finish making up the signs after the show, and everything will be peachy keen and stuff like that. There's a Taco Bell at churches nearby, so if you guys are hungry, you know what I mean? It's a short walk or trip down the street.
For people in Edinburgh, we'll be more than glad to host people. We have like rice, we can make lentils or something like that for food. You know, the only thing would just be supplies. There's parking. We could be inside or outside. So I can post the information on the page tonight, tomorrow.
What time would it be?
Anytime after 5.
Do we put a time on it just to put it out there?
Shall we say
We'll be there from 5 to
Oh,
midnight.
okay. So like
We'll
people
be
could
there.
go in and just.
Yeah, like at their convenience.
Ooh, we're about to go nocturnal.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Okay, and then the incubator was what time?
4 o'clock.
4 p.m.
Yeah. The biggest
Where's
issue would
Woodward?
probably be paint.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Paint would be limited.
Try a race.
Pretty much open for.
Maybe buy like
I
a
don't
couple
think
times
it's
per
official.
show.
Yeah,
Let's try to
nobody's there
be,
before anyway except for.
let's try to keep talking one person is talking at a time.
For people in Edinburgh, do you have access to paint at all? Paint. Maybe if everyone brought like a can of spray paint or like a big thing of acrylic paint or something like that, that way we could work with that.
Spray paint is super cheap, but like the dollar store you can
And like, but the spray paint is also really hard to work with. Like things aren't neat unless you use a stencil, so it's kind of like iffy.
Do you have an
Yeah, but
address?
I mean for other like besides this, you know what I mean? Unless we
Well,
can
for
also
that,
make
is that, like,
stencils.
Need like markers?
Oh yeah, markers. Depending on the material, yeah. So I guess any kind of art supply we can figure out.
If you have food there, you can make paint.
Yeah. We don't, but that's a good idea.
We had food back. You could make paint.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's something to keep in mind.
Or if you have coffee, you can make, use coffee.
Yeah.
I would use food because I don't make.
Where is
We
so
took it to
Paula.
Ceci's, yeah. She said that she was using some of the materials. I don't know what's left.
Yvette has chingle to paint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll ask her if she can.
Shingles, good term.
Good way
Where
to
is the
explain
Nicolai?
it. In Edinburgh,
What
it's
is-
on 4th and Hill. Like this is 4th Street over here. I don't know which way you're facing, but 4th. And then you go down past Junior and
The north?
No,
Junior.
Sprague. Okay, past Sprague, and then the next street is Hill. Just right there, like
Yeah.
walking distance to their house.
I would try to.
Anytime after 5 will be
I
there.
could probably make it to that because I can come early before class and then.
And then you can bring some of that stuff supplies.
I'll bring the
Okay, and what about for the incubator space? What about supplies for that? We've got 2, 3 plus supplies.
BYO paint.
You want to bring your own
I'm
supplies?
just gonna be bringing my own paint. I just got the location.
Need the material?
Yeah.
You go to the Dollar Tree and get markers. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We have chains of markers. But I guess we kind of have something like that.
You can get proposal where you can get markers.
Actually, I have a whole bunch of cardboard that I can donate for tomorrow. I can drop it out for the incubator tomorrow at any time. We have maybe about 50 pieces of cardboard.
What's your name?
Mark?
Can you make sure to sign in on sign-in sheet or put that down next to your name?
Will you be sending us any? I don't know. Are you taking notes or?
Yeah, I'm taking notes, and then we'll have the main points.
Mark's name next to this.
No, that's the jacket. Should be.
I'm confused with the jackets here.
Since a lot of this is being communicated over Facebook, someone volunteered to maybe post an event tonight.
For sign making?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Whatever's on the board right now. Anyone?
I'll do it.
Internet at home.
I'll do it.
Okay.
For both? Or don't do it too?
Sure.
Well, I mean, we can make ours.
One good.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
well. Oh, yeah,
Because we
can
have
make-
the
you guys figure it out.
legit-
That way you
has
can
the
put the
gauge.
address on
Yeah,
it.
So you're making one.
I'm erasing that, so.
Right.
Let's figure it out. Fine. I'll put it on the
Several.
website too.
So you're gonna make the event page for the incubator?
And we'll make the event page on the agenda.
Is there anything we want to ask our viewers? Checking in. Oh, good. They're fine. They're content. They're content. The ratings are good.
If they have any suggestions, they can,
Okay.
One question I would like to ask is if this is going to be an ongoing multi-day thing or just a single day event?
Let's
one day at a time.
Logistics.
let's keep that. Well, actually, let's have that question be answered at the event for the people who go to the event. Because I think that should be decided by people there. And because we could say it's going to be multiple days based on people in this room, but we're only a small number of people who are actually going to be.
Not only that, but there
That
might
just
be.
begs the question though, what exactly is gonna happen at the event?
We'll get to that.
Can we post the agenda? Can you put the agenda up on the whiteboard,
Would
please?
you like me to bicycle rack questions on the other side so that we can get to it
that's
after
a good
this?
idea.
Oh,
What's going to actually happen at the Archer Park and messaging are the two last points on the agenda because they'll probably take about a long time.
So does that establish sign making?
Also, everyone is encouraged to provide their own signs if
Yeah.
possible.
Feel free to make your own signs too, you don't have to
Yeah, that
be at one of
works.
these places.
Yeah, very true.
This is just to ensure some signs.
How about someone also take paint supplies to the event beforehand?
Markers.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
What if we have like a moderator for each site?
I agree.
You know, somebody who for reals,
Right,
for
who's
sure,
gonna
for
be
sure,
there.
for reals.
Yeah.
Like for
For reals, y'all.
For reals.
Right? Because you're for sure going to be there.
Yeah, but I'll be doing the show
I'll
at the same time.
I'll be the
Oh, okay.
moderator for the McAllen site.
Okay.
And you guys wanna be the moderator?
You're awesome, Miss Jackie. That saves me a lot of stress.
I don't know how to spell
I would hate to
moderate.
have to clone myself.
You should tweet that. If you really mean that, you should tweet it.
Should tweet it.
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
I put it on her Facebook all the time, and she's absolutely awesome.
All right. I'm gonna verify. I'm gonna verify.
Just for the
That'll be-
pipeline.
And who's the moderator for?
We will be.
Let's try to stay in process.
I think we do, right?
We're here to
Is
represent.
it IE or wine?
One.
Okay, finally the tweet is going out. Yeah, go for it.
Clearly, on the day of, we can, people can show up before the event at Archer Park to make additional signs.
Okay.
That sound good?
Occupy Texas.
At Archer Park before the march.
This is really uncomfortable.
Make signs right last minute.
Last minute signs, yeah. Or to allow.
So we'll
allow
just take
anybody
whatever
that wants to come.
leftover supplies
Yeah.
to the arch.
Yeah. And of course, whoever does that also should be aware that they need to put their supplies away before we march. Okay. Is that all for sign making?
I think so. Anyone else?
Don't be afraid to be creative and fun.
Oh, no cuss words on the sign. Oh, I wanted to throw something in for signing. I'm sure plenty of people are going to be bringing cameras. There's a website that's featuring the stories told by the 99%, which this movement is supposed to be representing. They're asking for everyone to write handwritten notes on why they're a part of the 99% and how they've been affected by the failure of this economy. So if anybody would like to write their story on a piece of paper, I'm going to be taking pictures to submit to the website so that we can represent McAllen on this like bigger kind of.
Okay, cool.
So you'll be doing that after the event?
Yeah. So I wanted to throw that in there. So it's just write a note about why you are a part of the 99%, how you've been affected by this economy, why you feel this political system is.
What website is that?
I feel really awful, but I can't not
We are the
working on this.
99%.
We are the 99%.
I don't have Tumblr, but I'll look it up.
You Google it. See, like,
We are the
What was your name again?
Anna.
Wow, you even have a little song for it and everything.
I can't have a
So
last name
next,
like that.
DJ Josh.
So we're done with sign making. I can show you all the route that I was proposing that we take. And this allows us to hit up McAllen Chamber of Commerce, Chase Bank, and Archer Park. And McAllen Chamber of Commerce and Chase Bank are, McAllen Chamber of Commerce and Archer Park are right next to each other in the same block. So there's just a parking lot that's separating them. So this is the route, and it's pretty small. But what I was thinking is that since we can't really ask people to, we're asking people to gather at Archer Park. At McAllen Chamber of Commerce. But we
Is
should
that
actually.
big square where Chase Bank is?
This is Chase Bank right here. This is Archer Park. This is McAllen Chamber of Commerce. This is the parking lot in between them.
Okay.
Parking lot is McAllen Chamber of Commerce property, not public property. So what we can do is people can park around Archer Park and around the neighborhood or whatever. And when we say gather at McAllen Chamber of Commerce, the people that are there first can gather right there on that corner, the corner that's between the parking lot and Archer Park. So it's still a gathering point that's at McAllen Chamber of Commerce, but it also allows people to, if we get, hopefully jingles of people.
Overflow.
So people can
Watch
wait
the language
on
there.
the
Kids might be one.
jingles is not really that.
I'm sorry.
Whatever language you want, get over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you put it on Facebook?
I'm not super. I don't really know how to host images
That's fine.
online.
If you just give me the link, I can do the rest.
Okay, cool. You mean to the Google? This is a Google map, so
That's fine.
You can click share link.
I can figure out how to do that. But yes, I'll try to send this to anybody who wants to send me a message on Facebook or post on my wall.
So parking.
So parking around the park. If there's overflow, that people that can't fit on the sidewalk and right down the corner in the park, overflow goes into the park, and then we go. We march south of the chamber, 1 block or 2 blocks over. I guess it's 1 block. 1 block over south on 12th Street, past 83, and then that's where the Chase Bank is. And I would recommend that we make a stop here. I think like right here on this corner, it's a pretty big open